Hello, everybody. Great to see you again. We are just about 24 hours away from tip-off in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, and I am here to bring you my favorite betting picks for this decisive game. This is the potential closeout. Will the Heat come back from 3-1 down? Here's a little spoiler alert. I don't think so. Will Nikola Jokic star? Will Jamal Murray steal the Finals MVP? Will the Miami Heat get it back for a Game 6 in Miami? All of that to come and more in my betting preview of this Game 5. But real quick before we jump into the video, what are you guys doing? Do you want me to rip my hair out? Subscribe to the channel. Nearly 99% of you are not subscribers. Please, I am posting videos all the time. Betting insights, analysis, picks, trends, reactions, everything you could ask for. Keep it locked to the channel. I deeply appreciate it. Now let's get right into the betting picks. Okay, so let's start it off nice and easy. My favorite game pick. If you guys are longtime subscribers to the channel, you know that I mostly bet major markets, totals, money lines, spreads, and honestly, spreads is my favorite. And what we're going to start off here with is my spread bet. Now, this line opened at 9. It's still at 9 on a lot of sports books, but some have it at 8.5. I got these odds from BetMGM. I actually combine them from a couple sports book, but for this particular spread line, I got it from BetMGM, and it is Nuggets minus 8.5. I do think there's going to be some pressure on the Heat. I was on VSiN, the sports betting network, talking about this exact pick a couple of days ago on Bet Prep Saturday Bet Prep, excuse me. And I said that, yes, the line might be at 9, but I think there's going to be a lot of thoughts in the minds of the bettors. It's the Miami Heat. Heat culture, tough nose. Last time they were in Denver, they won on the road. Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley. These guys don't get blown out, especially after getting blown out in the last couple of games, right? I don't care. I'm taking the Nuggets minus 9, minus 8.5. If it drops, minus 8. Whatever you got up to that minus 9, I'm taking the Nuggets. I expect them to be up by somewhere in the neighborhood of 6, 7, 8 points coming down the wire. I think the Heat are going to start to foul them because the game's going to be pretty much over. Nuggets are going to go to the free throw line. All of their main guys, MPJ, Jokic, Murray, KCP, Bruce Brown, they can all knock down free throws pretty much except for Aaron Gordon, and he's about 70%, so occasionally he'll make some too. Very good free throw shooting team, and that's going to help them in the later moments of this game. Obviously, if you think the Heat have a chance to win, then you would be going with them on the spread, but I think the Nuggets are going to win it in 5. That was my series prediction before it even started, and I'm sticking to it. Feeding off of that same logic, it's time for my favorite bet of this entire game and potentially the entire NBA Finals. It's the over on the fourth quarter points total of 50.5. Now, I'm going to repeat that because it's a little complicated. Over 50.5 fourth quarter points. The reason that I do love this bet, and it is very much tied to the bet that I just gave out, I think when we get to the end of this fourth quarter, if the Nuggets are ahead, which I do believe they will be, the Heat are going to be fouling them. Who's shooting the free throws for the Nuggets? Some really capable free throw shooters. Jokic, Murray, KCP, the guys that I already talked about. They go to the free throw line. They make their free throws. Now let's flip the script on its head. What's going to happen if you're Michael Malone and your team is up with a minute left by about 6 to 8 points? What are you telling your team? You're telling them this is not the time to sell out on defense. We don't want to pick up fouls. Don't try to earn yourself a contract with the defense right now. Give them pretty much uncontested layups. And if they want to shoot three-pointers, leave them wide open. Don't really close out on them because you don't want to make it a 4-point play. So on one hand, we have the Nuggets getting easy looks at the basket, especially at the free throw line. And then on the other side, we have the Heat taking pretty much uncontested shots for the final minute or so. And it's only 1 minute, but that can be a lot of possessions. This is very much an NCAA tournament March Madness sort of bet where the under looks like it's hitting pretty much the entire game until the last minute or two, and then the over comes through and it's not even close. I think we're in for that exact sort of phenomenon here. Now, I'm not going with the over for the entire game because I do think there's going to be really sound defensive efforts from both teams. But as far as this fourth quarter points total, I'm absolutely locking it up. In fact, I already did. And like I said, it's my favorite bet. I'm hammering it more than any other line for Game 5. And now let's talk about some player props. My favorite player prop, Nikola Jokic, over 9.5 assists. Look, the Nuggets are awesome on their home floor. They were 34-7 in the regular season. Yes, they lost to Miami the last time they were there, But that was their only time losing at Ball Arena in these entire playoffs. I think they're going to be flying high. Their offenses looked pretty much unstoppable throughout these entire playoffs. Even when it's been great defensive outings from the Heat, they really haven't been able to slow down Jokic. And yes, he only had 23 and 4 last game. He did have a double-double with the rebounds, but he missed a lot of time because he was in foul trouble. If you remember, he picked up his 5th foul with 9:23 left in the fourth quarter. Didn't come back in until about 4 minutes left. I think that he's going to be wheeling and dealing on his home court. The Nuggets are awesome when they play in transition. They had an offensive rating of 155 as of last game. Haven't checked what it is when it's been updated just yet, but they're still really good at transition. I mean, there's no secret about that. They also love to catch the Heat before they're set. The Heat do get set better than anybody else, but when they're not, Jokic has been able to exploit them. Find Murray cutting to the hole. Christian Brown, MPJ diving off the corners. Aaron Gordon with the mismatch inside. Jokic over. I think he closes out this series with a memorable game. Another Nuggets player that I like to go over with their line is Michael Porter Jr. of his rebounding line, over 5.5. Now, he only had 3 rebounds last game. Ask me, am I worried? Absolutely not, because he had gone over his total of 5.5 in 7 straight games before that. He is averaging 7.8 rebounds per game in these playoffs, and he doesn't have his shot going right now. Matter of fact, even though he was attacking the basket and doing a much better job being aggressive in game 4, he doesn't really have his offense going for him. So if he wants to stay on the court, it's going to come a little bit from defense, but he's not a defender. A lot of him earning his keep will be on the glass. And like I said, he's been really good on the glass in the playoffs. During the regular season, only 3 games where he had double-digit rebounds, has 8 of them in the playoffs so far. He's been good in the finals, again, except for that last time out. I think that, again, it's going to be a good defensive battle here. That's going to mean missed shots, more rebounding opportunities. I love MPJ to go over that 5.5 line. That's really low. It was set at 8.5 earlier in the series. The fact it's dropped to 5.5 is a disrespect to him, and I'm locking that up. And now we have gotten to my last prop bet and my last bet for Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Nuggets and the Heat. And it's not quite what it looks like on its surface, because the bet that I'm about to give you, I'm not necessarily telling you to bet. Allow me to explain. The bet that I'm giving in this video is Max Strus under 7.5 points. There's no doubt about it. He has been awful so far. He has 3 points or fewer in 3 of the 4 games in the finals. He averaged 9 in the series before, which obviously would be over, but it's still not like he has a great offense going behind him. He's shooting 19% from 3 in the finals, but this isn't exactly the bet I want. The bet I want is the over on Duncan Robinson points. Now, the sports books and the odds makers are cowards. They are cowards. They are terrified of Duncan Robinson points. Want to know why? They aren't offering odds. BetMGM, Caesars, FanDuel, DraftKings. I couldn't find his line on any of them. If you want to go look at more exotic ones, be my guest. I didn't do the full research, and maybe you will find them, and maybe we will get some lines for him closer to tip-off. But right now, they're not up there, and the reason is I really, really believe that Duncan Robinson is going to start this game. He has continually provided a spark off the bench, especially in the fourth quarter in the last few games. He's been super aggressive attacking the rim, driving the ball more than I've ever seen him do in the NBA. He also is shooting the 3 ball really well. I think just on account of not just his productivity, because that's always great, but also his confidence, his energy, his hustle, and his ability to make impact plays. I do think he gets the start. And if he does start, his line's not going to be more than 8.5, 9.5, maybe 10.5 at the absolute most. And with what he's got cooking so far in the finals, I do think he will go over. So Max Strus would be the placeholder, but if we do get a Duncan Robinson line, definitely going with the over there. And that's just going to about do it for this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. While it does help me out tremendously, it means even more to me. Like the video if you did enjoy it. I've been posting videos reacting to the playoffs throughout their entirety so far. Hopefully we get some more games left in the finals, but if our final game is on Monday, don't worry, we've got more content coming straight to the channel. We've got MLB betting picks. We got NFL season previews. I posted a mini documentary on LeBron. I'm going to be talking all-time rankings if Jokic wins this finals. Where does he compare to basketball's greats and the greatest centers ever? All of that and a whole lot more will be coming soon, so please, you don't want to miss out. Comment, let me know which of these picks you like the best, and if you are tailing any of them. And until I see you all next time, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day.